Transfer function plays a very important role in the application of Laplace transform. This is why we need to define the transfer function. Here are two definitions of the transfer functions which we are going to study. The first one is very similar to the frequency function. When we obtain the definition of the frequency function, the frequency function gave a connection between the input and the output when the input signal is a sinusoidal signal as well as the output signal is a sinusoidal signal. And we took the complex amplitude of these signals and then we obtained the y bar hat over u bar hat. It was the frequency function. Similarly, we are going to get the Laplace transform of the input function. So from u of t we can get u of s, and similarly the output we calculate the Laplace transform of the output function. So from y of t we can obtain y of s. And if we take the following, so y of s over u of s, this will be the so-called transfer function denoted by ws. And from this equation we can obtain the output Laplace transform, so y of s, which is equal to ws and u of s. This is the multiplication. And if you remember a little bit back to the theorems and rules of Laplace transform, we said y of s is equal to ws multiplied by u of s is the Laplace transform of the convolution. So this equation at the end is going to play a very, very important role, because if we have got the Laplace transform of the input function and we know the transfer function, this is the rule, so y equal to w multiplied by u, how to obtain the output function. This will be the final step of this lecture series. So in the box there is a w of t and the capital W of s. There is a connection between them, of course, because we use the same letter for the time function and the Laplace transform. So W of s is the transfer function, is the Laplace transform of the impulse response function W of t. So that is, so if we take the integral from 0 to infinity Wt multiplied by e to the power of minus st dt, we can get ws, that is the transfer function. So there is a direct connection between the impulse response function and the transfer function. So this is the direct connection through the Laplace transform.